So reverse racism doesn't exist.
Why do you keep talking about reverse racism? That is not a thing.
We are the people in power.
Racism is about oppression. Sorry, white people have not been oppressed.
Hey guys, it's Mr. Flummox here. So today I'm making a video that has been in the back of my mind for a few weeks now, and I've really wanted to make it a very personal video because it is very personal to me. So about a month back, I was hanging out with my mom, and politics came up because if you're in the car with one person for about an hour, you talk, and it came to the point where she had called me a racist and a sexist, and that was something that shook me to the core. It had become clear to me that she did not believe that minorities could be racist, and this brought up several contradictions in her argument. Now, I had only at that moment realized what I was dealing with. I had just found out that my mom believed that I could not feel racial oppression, despite the fact that in my youth, my very young youth, because I'm still in high school, I grew up in Mississippi, and I currently still live in the South. And one of my earlier experiences in elementary school involved our mock election, and what happened there I'll certainly never fucking forget. Because when they had us vote, I ended up not voting for Obama, but as soon as the black kids in the class found out about it, the most violent one that I knew came up behind me with scissors to my throat and forced me to change my ballot. And that scared the ever-loving shit out of me, and not very long after, I was diagnosed with PTSD because of the extensive bullying at that school and around those people, despite the fact that I am half white and half Cuban. Nobody ever cared to ask, they just saw a white boy and decided to target that. To say that an entire group is incapable of the most despicable kind of hate is bafflingly stupid. It is ignorant and naive. Now, since then, I do believe that my mother has corrected her position on this, but I know many people believe that what I experienced there was not racially prejudiced. And social justice warriors would like you to believe that majority of the human population cannot hate you based on your race. Even before I came to the South, I had experienced racism from Indian people because I had lived in Washington for a short time, and the parents would not let me play with their kids because they thought I had bad karma and it would affect their studies. After living in Washington, I had experienced enough of them completely ignoring my personality and just disregarding me as a piece of trash. Kids were told not to talk to me, and for cultural reasons, I was labeled an outcast by most of the kids that I knew, because a majority of the kids at the school that I went to were Indian. I grew up mainly treating the world as if I were colorblind. Despite all the hatred I had gotten from kids based on how I appeared, I still treated the world as one black and white canvas where everybody was the same. It was all monotone. No one was different. The human race to me was gray. And it still is not a bright way of thinking considered by most. I fear that me having kids, I will have to explain to them that I went through this too. And that someday, it will be okay for my kids to receive hate because they will be mostly white. My kids will be told that the hate they receive is okay because they are mostly white. That the guilt of their entire race is what weighs upon their shoulders so heavily that they are not allowed to feel pain. I was told that I was sexist too. This bothered me far more. I have never once treated a woman as less of a man, but we must acknowledge that men and women are different, and that while we are genetically unequal, we're human. The fact that she even used that buzzword to hurt me and to stop me from speaking I do dearly love my family, but there are a great many things that I still cannot agree with them on. A few of them would be the topics of SJWs that we still find to this day hard to contest. I have faced aggression in my home from people that I care for. People that I care for see me as ignorant and uninformed for the way I see the world. My opinion is disregarded because it upsets. What I said was this: you cannot be considered transsexual without transitioning or planning to transition. This deeply hurt my sister on a separate occasion, to the point where she kept telling me over and over about how uninformed I am and that she wished I would inform myself about the world because she had friends like that. And I have no problem with being friends with people that think there are a million genders. It's the fact of the matter that their way of thinking does hurt people. It hurts people who want to make that commitment. The commitment to transition is one that I could only look on at in extreme admiration of the courage. It involves a great amount of courage to go through, and to see kids without a single hesitation call themselves trans, without any sort of commitment, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fair to the people who had to go through that. They can so easily dismiss the hardship that others went through before them and take a label for victim points. I don't think it's fair to anybody that someone could so easily take a name and place it upon their head as if it were a crown. No one should have the freedom to take away someone else's pain, but we shouldn't use pain as a badge of honor. Pain isn't something you wear like a crown or a button or a silver medal. It's a scar and it's a wound that you hide from the world. And I know I'm getting a bit emo with my imagery here, but this is a very deep and personal subject to me. I know a lot of people probably have dealt with the same kind of problems that I've discussed here, but a lot of people might not have the freedom to talk about it. And thanks to this platform, I do have the freedom to talk about it. I wanted to make it clear that talking about it isn't wrong. You're entitled to an opinion, but until you find a place where you can express yourself and your opinions freely, just don't talk around them about it. And I know that seems like the coward way of handling your problems, but when you live with the people that disagree with you most, it's all you can do. I want to provide some sort of solace and advice for people in my position, that if you ever find yourself thinking that you have no one to turn to or that your family has abandoned you, it's just not right. If they still care for you enough to say that they love you the very next day, then they are still family. But I won't tell you to love somebody that tells you to hate yourself or your ideas, or to change who you are because your ideas hurt people. Because I remember as a kid that there was a rhyme called "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." And now we're being told that words are the most painful and horrible thing you could ever say to hurt somebody. Sorry for the emotional tone, everybody. Please don't let this tone get you down. I'm just trying to vent here. I've been holding on to this video for a few months now, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. Maybe I helped some of you guys out there, maybe I didn't. Let me know in the comments below and give me a like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.